Well, let's hear a few more testimonials. I know when you were on the show last, you had a couple of your runners here for the marathon, and then one of them is, I think, going to be in this episode. We've got a little 4 or 5 minute video here where some of those people who chose to run 26 miles for Hoops and Homework, which in itself is people might say I'd walk a mile in your shoes, but these people ran 26 miles. So let's hear from them and see why they're doing this.
I am not at all a runner. So initially it started out as, well, this would be interesting, but then I went to the center at Hoops and Homework, and this is why I run. I would get out there and I would think of the kids. So that's why I run. That'll really force you to look at your why. But it's very interesting once you decide to run the marathon and you kind of get involved with this group. A whole different world kind of opens up to you. And Herb reached out to me and said, why don't you come visit one of the centers? And I grew up almost down the street from the Poussin Road Center on Wells Street. And I saw myself in some of those kids, and what really sealed the deal was I was at the Interfaith Terrace Center, and this little girl who was just all personality walks in. I was talking out to the volunteers, and the kids walk in, this little girl walks in, she puts her bag down, and the teacher asks, Christine, how's your day? It's like, I've had a day. And she had that safe space to kind of be herself and be a kid. And that sealed the deal, and she actually made a little poster for me, so I'll be looking out for that. Make it through a 5K in one piece when I first started this.
This is my second year running the Boston Marathon for Hoops and Homework. I ran for them last year. This is my third Boston Marathon. So when we had an off week, I would go up to Newton on my own, bundle up if it's cold and run, and it makes me feel good. And then, of course, with the charities attached to them, it's like a win-win. I love Hoops and Homework. I actually got my number from, not from town this year, I got it from my running club, and I could choose whichever charity I wanted, and I chose Hoops and Homework last year, and I chose them again this year. So it's 2 years in a row I've actually chosen them.
That's great.
Because I love the kids, I love children, I'm an educator, and I have children myself. My daughter's at the high school, so.
Herb is relentless. He works tirelessly for the kids of that program. And so this is my second year running the Boston Marathon for Team Framingham and for Hoops and Homework. So last year at one of our team meetings, representatives from each charity came and gave a quick little spiel about their charities. And I could just feel the energy exuding from Herb and how passionate he was about the cause. And it was like, absolutely, that's the one. I'm a mom myself. I have 2 little boys. So I can't imagine not being able to provide some of the basic needs for my kids, like tutoring if they needed it, or even food or clothes, or and what a great resource that is to have here in Framingham, the people that need it.
What are you going to be doing Marathon Monday this year?
I'm going to be cheering.
All right.
Cheering. Go, Diana, go.
Where will you be? Have you got a plan for where you'll be? Or?
Yeah, I'll be down right where our programs are, Waverly Street, just before the Natick line, with the kids there.
Great.
Screaming and yelling. The kids have made posters already for all the runners, so they're all excited.
Thanks.
This is the second time I'm running for Hoops and Homework, and overall my 4th marathon. I figured once I hit 60 or so, I would take up a new sport, and that was running, to try to keep me going. And so I like running. I like supporting Hoops and Homework. My wife's involved in the program as well. And last year was for Hoops and Homework. Very happy to do that. It's a very important organization in the town. My wife has been an educator forever and is involved in the board and stuff and running it. So.
Well, Al, those are terrific. Those are some great people. I was pleased to have a few of them on my show, as you can see in the background there.
I grew up going to many after-school programs. Those are some of my fondest memories in childhood, which is why I'm a big proponent and supporter of any type of after school programs. Yeah, I love that. I love your mission. I thought your website and your videos were wonderful. And there's so many bright children that are just underutilized, and not recognized or don't have the confidence. So I love that you pull that out of the kids. And
for homework is kind of the foundation of those communities, because you're helping children, and that builds a foundation for them later on in life. You can have other community-based organizations, but this is fundamentally like, the base.
So I was really passionate about picking Hoops and Homework. In fact, I almost immediately knew that I wanted to go with the organization because it works so closely with Cameron Middle School where I work. When I go to school, I see students that are in situations that are less than ideal, whether it's how they were brought up or their home circumstances, whatever it may be. I've always been thinking, how can we help these students more? What can we do to give them the education and the support they need? And I think this is the perfect organization to do that.
Bought a home on Central Street in Framingham 2 years ago. Me and my wife were really intentional about wanting to come to Framingham because I think it's a really great community. But I think it still struggles with something that a lot of communities in our country struggle with, which is income inequality and just economic disparity. And I think this is a program that is designed to try to tackle that, maybe in just one small element or way, but it's a way that I care a lot about, and I'm really excited to fundraise for.
Everything they're dealing with at home and like the way that school is structured for them, it just like made it really hard for people to catch up once they're behind. And I think at a certain point, like they felt like everyone else had given up on them, so they might as well give up on themselves, And so to me, I feel like just if having some place to go or something to help out, just to get some stuff done, it's just really helpful to try to get people, try to get encouragement and try to get people so that they don't give up on themselves, because I don't think anyone should ever feel like they can't learn, because everyone can learn.
Yeah, so why Hoops and Homework? So first I'll say there's a combination. So education, and specifically education and opportunities for children, has, for as long as I can remember, been near and dear to my heart. Children who didn't have as many opportunities as other people do. And when I saw what Hoops and Homework does and the opportunities that it gives kids who just don't have everything handed to them on a silver platter, and this kind of levels the playing field and just gives them not only education but also other amazing after school and summer type activities and programming, sports, mentors and adults and leaders in the community that can be role models and just really help them. I just said I've got to do this, and I'm just so privileged and proud to be able to raise money to support an organization that serves kids in this way.